Hey everybody, Chris here, and I hope everybody had a great Christmas. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, a lot of you probably got a lot of new video games for the holiday season. Hopefully, if you didn't, maybe you got some gift cards, you can use those on games. But one of the questions that often people are wrestling with as they try to get settled in with their new games is, what difficulty should I play my games on? So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today, and why I think it's completely and totally fine to play on easy mode. Hey, as always, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Please also subscribe. It really helps out with growing the viewership of the channel. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers as we get into 2023. That's my goal. Hopefully we'll get there. We're at 460-ish, something like that at the moment. But anyway, I appreciate your support. So you've opened that new game or downloaded that new game, which is actually probably more appropriate for consoles these days. Maybe you got a Switch game and you have a physical game, but whatever the case may be, you're trying to decide what kind of difficulty to select for the game experience you're about to play through. If you've spent any time online at all, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, wherever it may be, you've probably seen some people argue that, a game should be played at the very least on normal mode or kind of standard mode. I completely disagree with this. Some people would argue that, a designer created the game with normal mode in mind, meaning that that's the default option, that's the way the game director and the technicians that put all of the work and effort into creating the game wanted people to play it. But I'm going to speak from the perspective of someone who's 40 years old, who has 2 children, has a couple of different jobs that I'm working at one time, and who doesn't always want the most difficult challenge possible. Speaking of, with certain games, some people may say you're not really playing it if you're not challenging yourself, if you're not playing on the most difficult level, the hardest level possible. And again, I think that's completely ridiculous and outlandish. If the developers didn't want you to be able to play the game on easy, they wouldn't have given it an easy mode or what may be called a story mode, depending on the game you're playing. It's totally okay to just want to play a game for the story. I think, weirdly, I've seen people get bullied in different places, especially in sort of the online internet's environment, where they've been talking about how much they're enjoying a game, but they're playing it on story mode. And then some people clap back and say, well, then you're not really playing the game because you're not being challenged in the way that the developers intended. But that's completely stupid. There are a lot of games that I play just because I want to enjoy the experience of playing the game. And sure, sometimes I do want a little bit more of a challenge, and I'll select that difficulty if it's appropriate for me. But sometimes I just want to get through the playing experience. A great example of this for me recently is High on Life. I'm still playing that. I've posted actually my 2-part playthrough that I've done so far with that game to try and make some progress with it. But I'm playing it on story mode. I believe that was the label they used for it. The easiest mode possible. Just because I want to have some fun with it. I want to enjoy the dialogue. I want to enjoy the humor, which is what that game in particular is known for. And so, I think sometimes it's good for people to hear someone else articulate that, yeah, easy mode or story mode is totally okay. There's no problem with that at all. And honestly, why do people care what other people think? Just play it however you want to play it. Again, if the developer, the director, whoever it may be, didn't want there to be an easy mode, they wouldn't have put it there. I'm thinking about games like Elden Ring. Now, I did play some of Elden Ring. I got, not super far into it. I beat the first kind of major boss that you come across. But after that, I sort of lost interest because to me, it felt like a slog. I do not like the Soulsborne games. I wanted to give Elden Ring a fair shake because of how much attention it was getting, because of how much people were talking highly about it and how great it is. And it is a very well designed game for people that want to get into that. But to me, it just became a chore. So I didn't have fun playing it. When I'm playing games, I want to play them because I enjoy the experience, not because I feel like it's something I have to do. I don't want my gaming experience to be a second job. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents on playing on story mode. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. This is probably going to be my last video before we get into 2023 officially. I'm going to take the rest of this week to clean our house a little bit, to do a little bit of stuff I have to do with work and all of that, but I'll be back soon, probably next week sometime with some new videos. In the meantime, I hope you have a great holiday season, and we'll chat soon.